Alright, so we've looked at solving equations with tiles. Well, we can do the same thing with our inequalities. The only difference is our inequality sign. But other than that, we're going to treat it pretty much just like it was an equation. And this is true if you're solving them without tiles as well. Just like before, my whole goal is to get these x tiles by themselves before I can do anything, because the goal is to solve for x. So first thing, I notice that they're not alone. I have all these little units here. Now since they're red, my red represents my negative units. So to get rid of those, I need to do the opposite of my negative units, and that's a positive units. Because remember, the whole point is to create zero pairs. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to create zero pairs by adding positive units. 4 is going to cancel out. Right? So I still have 4 more, so I need 4 more positive units. And now I've made all my zero pairs, so I have nothing but x's. But again, since it's all kind of like an equation, whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other side. So I'm going to add 8 units to the other side as well. So I add my 8 positives, and again, I see that I have some zero pairs with these 2 negatives. So now I'm looking what's left over. What can I bring down? And here I have 2 x's on one side, and I have 6 positive units on the other side. But just like with equations, the idea isn't to have 2 x's. I want to know what is 1x equal to. So I'm going to separate these out, and I'm going to separate them into groups because I know that 2 x's is going to have 6 units. So I'm going to divvy up my units now. 1 unit, 2 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 3 unit, and I can see that with that x unit, with that x comes 3 units. Now this doesn't mean x equals 3 because remember up top we're working with an inequality. So that inequality stays the same. So that means that for this to be true, my x has to be less than 3. So moral of the story is when we're solving inequalities with our tiles, we follow kind of the same exact steps that we're going to follow when we do our equations.